Will Gemini Earn users ever see their money again? That's the billion-dollar question, literally, on everyone's mind right now. If you've been following the crypto world, you know things haven't exactly been smooth sailing for Gemini Earn. Freezes, lawsuits, bankruptcy, it's a mess. And if you're one of the countless users with your hard-earned crypto locked up in that program, you're probably feeling a mix of anxiety, frustration, and maybe even a little bit of anger. You're not alone. I'm right there with you, trying to navigate this complex situation and find some answers. And in this video, we're going to dive deep into everything we know so far about the Gemini Earn situation, exploring the potential scenarios, the legal complexities, and most importantly, the chances of users actually getting their funds back. Before we get into the specifics, let's rewind a bit and recap what Gemini Earn actually was. Essentially, it was a program offered by the Gemini cryptocurrency exchange that allowed users to lend out their crypto assets in exchange for interest. Sounds simple enough, right? The allure was the promise of passive income, a way to make your crypto work for you. Many people, trusting the reputation of Gemini, a seemingly reputable exchange, jumped on board. They deposited their Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies, hoping to earn a little extra on their holdings. But then, the crypto market took a nosedive. And things started to unravel. Gemini partnered with Genesis Global Capital to manage the Earn program, and Genesis, as it turned out, had its own set of problems. They faced significant financial difficulties, ultimately leading to bankruptcy. This bankruptcy triggered a cascade of events that froze Gemini Earn withdrawals, leaving users in the lurch. Suddenly, access to their funds was blocked, and the promise of passive income turned into a nightmare of uncertainty. Now, here's where things get complicated. The bankruptcy of Genesis is a central piece of this puzzle. Gemini is trying to recover the assets that were lent to Genesis, but this is a complex legal process. Bankruptcy proceedings are notoriously slow and messy, and there's no guarantee of a full recovery, or even any recovery at all. Creditors are lining up, all vying for a piece of the pie, and Gemini Earn users are just one group among many. So, what are the possible outcomes? Let's explore a few scenarios. Scenario 1, full recovery. The best case scenario, of course, is that Gemini is able to recover all the assets that were lent to Genesis. In this ideal situation, Earn users would eventually receive their full principal back, along with any accrued interest. This would be the most straightforward and satisfying resolution. However, given the complexities of the bankruptcy process, this scenario seems increasingly unlikely. Scenario 2, partial recovery. A more realistic possibility is that Gemini recovers only a portion of the assets. In this case, Earn users would likely receive a percentage of their initial deposit back. The exact percentage would depend on how much Gemini manages to recover from Genesis and how the recovered funds are distributed among creditors. This scenario would mean losses for users, but it would at least offer some return of their capital. Scenario 3, minimal or no recovery. The worst-case scenario is that Gemini recovers little to nothing from Genesis. In this situation, Earn users could face substantial losses, potentially losing most or all of their deposited crypto. This would be a devastating blow for those who entrusted their funds to the program. It's important to understand that these are just potential scenarios. The actual outcome will depend on a number of factors, including the legal proceedings, the value of the recovered assets, and the decisions made by the bankruptcy court. These processes can take a significant amount of time, potentially months or even years. Adding to the complexity are the various lawsuits that have been filed against Gemini and Genesis. These lawsuits allege various claims, including fraud, misrepresentation, and breach of contract. The outcome of these legal battles could also have a significant impact on the recovery prospects for Earn users. It's a tangled web of legal complexities, and it's difficult to predict how it will all play out. Another crucial factor is the regulatory landscape surrounding cryptocurrency lending and borrowing. The collapse of Gemini Earn and other similar programs has highlighted the risks associated with these types of platforms. Regulators are now taking a closer look at the crypto industry, and we can expect to see stricter rules and regulations in the future. This increased regulatory scrutiny could potentially impact the recovery process and the way crypto lending platforms operate going forward. Now, let's talk about what you, as an Earn user, can do. First and foremost, stay informed. Keep up with the latest news and developments related to the Gemini Earn situation. Follow the court proceedings, read the legal documents, and pay attention to any announcements from Gemini. Secondly, consider joining or forming a group of Earn users. Collective action can be more powerful than individual efforts, especially when dealing with complex legal matters. By banding together, users can share information, coordinate their efforts, and potentially have a stronger voice in the bankruptcy proceedings. Thirdly, consult with a legal professional. If you have significant funds tied up in Gemini Earn, it's advisable to seek legal advice from an attorney who specializes in bankruptcy and cryptocurrency law. They can help you understand your rights and options and guide you through the legal process. It's understandable to feel frustrated and uncertain right now. The Gemini Earn situation is a stark reminder of the risks associated with cryptocurrency investments. While the potential for high returns can be tempting, it's crucial to remember that these investments are also highly volatile and subject to unforeseen events. Diversification is key in the crypto world, just as it is in traditional finance. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, and be sure to only invest what you can afford to lose. The Gemini Earn saga is far from over. There are still many unanswered questions and uncertainties. The legal battles, the bankruptcy proceedings, and the regulatory landscape are all evolving. While there's no guarantee of a full recovery, it's important to stay informed, be proactive, and explore all available options. The road ahead may be long and challenging, but hopefully, with patience and persistence, Earn users will eventually see some return of their funds. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.